Hello, Lions fans. One Pride. I'm Derek, and I'll update you on everything happening in Detroit. The Detroit Lions have faced significant adversity as the 2024 NFL season progresses, with injuries threatening to derail their promising campaign. However, the resilient team, led by head coach Dan Campbell, remains determined to navigate these challenges and finish strong. Here's an in-depth look at the recent injury updates, player replacements, and future projections for the Lions, including big addition moves that fans can't even imagine. First of all, I wanted to take a moment to ask for your help. If you like our videos, please consider giving us a like. It's a fantastic way to support us and keep our content going. Thank you for your support. Week 15 brought heartbreaking news for the Lions as they suffered significant losses during their matchup against the Buffalo Bills. Defensive tackle Alan McNeil tore his right ACL, effectively ending his season. Additionally, cornerback Khalil Dorsey endured a broken leg, eerily reminiscent of Aiden Hutchinson's earlier injury. Adding to the woes, cornerback Carlton Davis sustained a fractured jaw. While initial reports suggest a potential 6-week recovery window, his return is contingent on the Lions advancing deep into the playoffs, possibly as far as the NFC Championship game. Davis has been placed on injured reserve IR, alongside McNeil and Dorsey, marking another chapter in a season filled with hurdles. Star running back David Montgomery is sidelined indefinitely due to a knee injury, casting doubt on his availability for the remainder of the season. Head coach Dan Campbell recently addressed the situation, expressing cautious optimism but leaving the final decision up in the air. Montgomery's potential absence emphasizes the need for a collective effort from his replacements, including Jahmyr Gibbs, Craig Reynolds, Jamar Jefferson, and Sione Vaki. Running backs coach Scotty Montgomery remains confident in the team's ability to adapt, emphasizing the Lions' enduring grit. "We know exactly what we got to do, and we're going to finish writing our story," he said, underscoring the team's resilience. Safety Ifeatu Melifonwu has shown progress in his recovery from a hand injury, with his 21-day return clock initiated this week. Although his participation in the upcoming game against the Chicago Bears remains unlikely, his return to practice is a positive development. Similarly, linebacker Jalen Reeves-Maybin began his 21-day activation window, but is not expected to play this weekend. Coach Dan Campbell has tackled the recent challenges head-on, reinforcing the Lions' identity as a resilient and hard-nosed football team. Addressing the players after their Week 15 loss to the Buffalo Bills, Campbell reminded them, "We're the only ones who write our own story." This unwavering belief has galvanized the team, even as injuries pile up. The Lions' defense remains anchored by standout performers like linebacker Jack Campbell, safety Kirby Joseph, and rookie phenom Brian Branch, all of whom continue to elevate their game. Campbell's motivational approach has created a culture of accountability and belief, essential for sustaining their playoff aspirations. As the Lions navigate their current challenges, eyes are also on the 2025 NFL Draft. Detroit has been linked to Iowa linebacker Jay Higgins, a standout player renowned for his tackling prowess and high football IQ. Projected as a 4th-round pick, Higgins embodies the grit and work ethic synonymous with the Lions culture. In his 2024 college season, Higgins amassed 118 tackles, 1 sack, 2 forced fumbles for interceptions, and 5 defended passes. These impressive numbers, combined with his leadership qualities, make him a potential game-changer for Detroit's defense. While the Miami Dolphins' hopes of making the playoffs are over, whispers about the future of veteran defensive lineman Calais Campbell have begun to surface. At 38 years old, Campbell continues to defy the odds, delivering standout performances in a league dominated by younger athletes. His potential availability presents a tantalizing opportunity for playoff contenders, particularly the Detroit Lions. Earlier this season, Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel dismissed the notion of trading Campbell at the deadline. However, recent developments suggest a shift in the team's stance. Campbell disclosed that he and Dolphins general manager Chris Greer discussed the possibility of him joining a playoff contender if Miami is officially eliminated from postseason contention. While no concrete decisions have been made, Campbell's remarks indicate that such a move remains on the table. Weeks back, before the trade deadline, there was a small conversation you really didn't hope would ever even become a thing, Campbell shared on Wednesday. "It was just something to talk about, nothing concrete. I don't know if we're there just yet. It's definitely something you think about. A lot of moving parts. We're kind of staying in the moment." Despite his age, Campbell has demonstrated he remains a force to be reckoned with in the NFL. His 2023 season stats speak volumes: 4 sacks, 43 total tackles, 10 tackles for loss, and 32 quarterback pressures. Pro Football Focus has ranked him as the 6th highest graded defensive tackle in the league heading into Week 16. Notably, Campbell boasts the top run defense grade at his position, with an impressive score of 86.6, far outpacing the second-best grade of 83.8. These numbers not only highlight Campbell's individual prowess, but also underscore the value he could bring to a team in need of bolstering its defensive front. His ability to consistently disrupt plays and create pressure in the trenches is a rarity, making him an invaluable asset for any playoff-bound squad. The Detroit Lions find themselves in an intriguing position. With their sights set firmly on a deep playoff run, the team recently suffered a significant blow when star defensive tackle Alan McNeil went down with a torn ACL in Week 15. McNeil's absence leaves a glaring void in the Lions' interior defensive line, one that Campbell could potentially fill. The Lions' interest in Campbell isn't new. Following his release from the Baltimore Ravens in 2023, Detroit explored the possibility of adding the seasoned defensive lineman to their roster. While Campbell ultimately signed with the Atlanta Falcons, the Lions' pursuit signaled their recognition of his value and fit within their system. If Campbell becomes available, Detroit would have an opportunity to revisit this interest. His ability to fortify the defensive line, particularly against the run, could prove instrumental as the Lions gear up for high-stakes games in the postseason. Should the Dolphins decide to part ways with Campbell, the veteran lineman would first be subject to waivers. This process presents a potential hurdle for the Lions or any other interested team. While Campbell's contract is unlikely to deter a claim, the waiver system inherently favors teams with lower standings. Consequently, Detroit would need to hope that other playoff contenders pass on the opportunity to claim Campbell before their turn arrives. Even if Campbell clears waivers, he would then enter free agency, allowing teams to negotiate directly with him. In this scenario, Detroit's competitive standing and clear need for a player of his caliber could make them an appealing destination. However, the possibility of interference from rival playoff teams remains a significant factor to consider. The prospect of adding a proven difference-maker like Campbell at this stage of the season is exceedingly rare. His unique situation, with Miami reportedly open to facilitating his move to a contender, makes him an especially intriguing target. For the Lions, securing Campbell's services would not only address an immediate need, but also signal their commitment to contending at the highest level. Campbell's potential impact extends beyond his on-field contributions. As a respected veteran with extensive playoff experience, he could provide invaluable leadership and mentorship to a relatively young Lions roster. His presence in the locker room could galvanize the team as they navigate the pressures of postseason play. The potential union between Campbell and the Detroit Lions sparks exciting possibilities for both the player and the team. Do you think Campbell's experience and skill set could be the missing piece for the Lions' playoff ambitions? How do you feel about the Lions' chances of landing him if he becomes available? Leave your analysis in the comments. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for our channel. Join our community as a new fan to stay updated with our latest content. Let's strengthen Lions. Catch you later.